Hi, it's Javi Rappaport here with Torah Wisdom to Go. Happy Hanukkah to everybody. Take this Torah wisdom and share it. Pass it on to a friend. Do you ever find yourself stuck, totally disillusioned? You've met up against a brick wall, only to learn afterwards that it was actually an incredible opportunity, new opportunity. Let's take a look at Yosef. In last week's Parsha, in Vayeshev, he seems to rise to power and fame only to fall dismally over and over again. First, as soon as he comes to Egypt, he becomes the designated head in Potiphar's household. Potiphar, who was the head butcher of the king. That's pretty prestigious, wouldn't you say? But it's not long lasting. Pretty soon, he is accused of accosting Potiphar's wife and thrown into prison. But there again, very soon, he rises as administrator of the prison there. And he's even able to interpret correctly the dreams of the wine butler and the baker who've been thrown into prison by the king, by Paro. But again, it doesn't last very long, because when the wine butler is released, and Yosef asks him to remember him to Paro, he doesn't. And he languishes in prison for another 2 years. But once we enter this week's Torah portion, Mikeitz, the narrative changes completely. Yosef rises to power, viceroy of the king, second in command to Paro, and he maintains that position securely, both for himself and he's able to help his brothers when the famine comes. What has changed? Why was he not able to sustain those victories? And here he has a secure position for his entire life. The difference is maybe subtle, but all the difference in the world. As soon as Yosef attributes his blessing, puts his trust in Hashem, then it is God's blessing. When he was in prison and he asked the wine butler to remember him, forgetting that it's really Hashem who is going to maintain his release, it didn't happen. But when he comes before Paro, and Paro says to him, "Wow, I know you to be a man who interprets dreams," and Yosef says humbly, "Biladai, it isn't me. Hashem Yanet Shlom Paro. It is God who will answer for the welfare of Paro." And when he attributes all that greatness, all his gifts to God, and places his trust solely in Hashem, then the blessing is there. You know, in Yosef's name, it's interesting, we do see very clearly his philosophy on life. Here he was, entrenched in Egypt, a very decadent place. When Rachel named him, she said his name will be Yosef. Yosef li ben Acher. Besides meriting another child, there's a deeper meaning. Yosef, what was he able to do in Egypt, in this place, corrupt place? To make from an acher, from one who is other, uninterested, totally unaffiliated, impure, to convert that acher into a ben, into a child of God. And there's another very beautiful insight from the very name of the Parsha, Mikeitz. So often, we seem to be at the end of our rope. We feel like we've hit the end. The door's locked, but it never is. It's so often the threshold for a new opened door just around the bend. Look at Yosef. He rose from the abyss to the throne. And our takeaway, don't be fooled. Let's not be fooled. Never be sucked into negativity. Realize there's a blessing a new opportunity, something great lurking on the other side. Trust in Hashem, in God, and trust the process. And remember, the Torah and its lessons speak so personally to me and to you.